everyone, welcome to Movie Magic Mondays, your weekly ticket to the movies. I'm gonna review Greenland 2 Migration for you today. I've seen the movie in December already, but they made me sign an embargo, so I'm only allowed to talk about it today. I'm gonna keep this review spoiler free, so I'm gonna talk about things you might have seen in the trailers, you might have seen, or you might see in the first few minutes of the movie, which I do not consider spoilers if you a little bit talk about the setup. But in the end, you can watch this review and still go and enjoy the movie, and I hopefully won't have spoiled anything for you. I honestly like Greenland, so that is a good basis. If you like Greenland, the disaster movie, then you might go into Greenland too with an open mind. The fact that the embargo date is very late in the week of release normally is not such a good sign. I'm gonna tell you right away, in this case, it's not a bad sign neither. The movie actually is kind of good. I'm gonna tell you why I think so, and I'm gonna tell you why I think if you enjoyed Greenland, and you might enjoy Greenland too as well. We're not gonna get the same movie. In the first movie, obviously, the Garrity family, John Garrity and his wife and his son, are actually trying to get away from the meteor shower that is hitting the Earth. And the whole movie is about them getting to a bunker in Greenland for survival. The second movie picks up where the first movie left us. And that is kind of cool. That means we're not gonna get the same story again. No, we're really gonna get a sequel. And a good sequel, that is. I hate it when movies in the beginning take a lot of time to explain things, take a lot of time to build on previous movies. Maybe movies that are sequels to kind of successful Hollywood movies are kind of cash grabs sometimes as well. That happens. So you just put the name on there and then you're going to take it slow, save a lot of money in the beginning, and hope for the people to just go and see the movie based on the fact that they like the first one. Like I said, this is not this kind of movie, and that's a good thing. So, in the beginning of Greenland 2 Migration, you're getting thrown into the story right away. Gerard Butler's character is out there, out of the bunker, trying to salvage things, stuff, anything he can find. So life in the bunker gets a little easier. So he's trying to get parts for a plumbing system. He's trying to get parts for everything that doesn't work in the bunker. There are a lot of people that actually found their way into this bunker and survived the meteor shower. But the world has become hostile. He has to wear like a suit and a mask because the air is not breathable. The radiation level is very high, but he's still out there. And that's what I like. You're getting dropped into the story right away, and you see a really intimidating, like kind of dangerous world out there, and that sets the tone of the movie. I honestly, like I said, really like that because it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic movie now, based on the fact that the first one was a disaster movie. Sometimes these disaster movies leave you hanging. Like think of 2012, The Day After Tomorrow, um, maybe even Independence Day, although they had a second part, and if you can count an alien invasion as a disaster movie. But you really want to know what happens to the people that survived next. And Greenland 2 Migration is answering that question. So life in the bunker is not that much fun. A couple of people are allowed outside. John Gerard Butler's character is trying to salvage stuff, like I said, and then like in the first, let's say 15 minutes of the movie, something happens that creates the need for the Garrity family to leave the bunker and find a way to survive in that dangerous and intimidating world. Intimidating might not be, yeah, it's intimidating. It might not be the right choice of words. I'm looking for like dangerous and threatening. Threatening is a good word. That's more like it. So they go out there and they make their way through this threatening world, trying to find a place where they can live with their family. And that's what the movie is about. If I tell you anything more, like I said, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but if I tell you anything more, I would consider that spoilers, because every specific scene or every specific event that happens to the Garrity family might be too much details. I can tell you that much. Like, on their way towards, or on their search, during their search towards a better place to live, they encounter, of course, in this threatening world, good people and bad people. And that, I think, is what the movie kind of is about as well. I was hoping for a high production value. And like I said as well, I repeat myself. Like I said. No, I just want to make sure I convey this properly. I was hoping for a high production value. I was a bit afraid there wasn't any high production value available for this movie. It was just maybe a second part with the name on it, kind of a cash grab. But the movie created its own identity by becoming a post-apocalyptic survival story. And then actually the budget and the visuals and the CGI are kind of decent. The movie looks good. The movie looks fun. Fun in the sense of fun to watch, not fun for the characters, of course, because they have to survive. But like there's a lot of stuff going on. It doesn't look cheap. It doesn't look like Oscar quality neither, obviously. But it's a solid movie with a solid budget and solid visuals, and that's what I really, really appreciated. I also really appreciated that not only does the movie drop you into the story right away with Gerard Butler outside of the bunker looking for stuff to salvage, but that pace continues throughout the movie too. You always are on the edge of your seat. They always move from one situation into the other, and they seem to get no rest on their search for survival. And that kind of creates a suspense, a layer of suspense that stays with you throughout the whole movie. Add to that personal struggles of the protagonists, and you got kind of a nice thing going on here. So, high pace, good visuals, characters like Gerard Butler and Morena Baccarin embracing their characters and parts from Greenland, the first movie, which is really, really good because I like both actors. I love Gerard Butler in almost anything he does. I loved him from the day I saw him, like I think in 2002 in Reign of Fire, but also 300, of course. Films like Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, super strong action movies. Films like Copland, maybe not that well known, but I loved that one with Frank Grillo as well. And of course, he can do family stuff as well. If you look at how to Tame Your Dragon, that's how it's called. How to Train Your Dragon. In translated into Dutch, it would translate in How to Tame a Dragon, but I think the original English title is How to Train Your Dragon. He played Hiccup's father, Stoic, in the animated movies, The Voice, but he also played Stoic in the recent live action How to Train a Dragon movie, which I really, really enjoyed as well, together with the kids, obviously, but I would have watched it on my own too. I don't lie about that. I really love these kind of movies. So I think Gerard Butler is super versatile, but super charismatic actor, and that really shines in a movie like this, because he's no superhero. He's just a dad that tries to survive and that tries to find hope for his family. And that kind of makes this movie relatable. Of course, it's a disaster movie, it's a post-apocalyptic movie, but it's not about a guy and his wife and their son that can do anything they want to do because they're all like ex-CIA, FBI agents that have been trained for the last 30, 40 years, and now they can just waltz through the post-apocalyptic world and kill everything. Nope, they are normal people with normal abilities, and Gerard Butler is a kind of normal dad, and that makes this movie so strong for me as well. So, overall, folks, if you are looking for nice popcorn cinema, if you want to see a nice spectacle with reasonably good visuals, with charismatic actors, Morena Baccarin and Gerard Butler, with a story that radiates suspense and kind of a threat of a disaster movie that is still present with the meteors still hitting the Earth, then I would say Greenland 2 Migration is for you. Especially if you enjoyed the first one, but also if you do not know the first one. This movie kind of stands on its own. Of course, it's a little nicer, I think, if you already know the characters. But if you don't, then go into this open minded and you're gonna have 2 hours of fun waiting for you. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It would help the channel a lot. And make sure to leave me a comment. I'm answering every single comment I get. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days, but I definitely do. And I also really appreciate every single comment I get because I see you are watching these reviews, and we're still a very small channel in its beginning phase, but I believe my passion for movies and my knowledge about movies can elevate this channel to the next level. But I need your help for that, so would be cool if you comment, subscribe, and like. I see you next time. I already am looking for more press screenings, otherwise I will just look at movies I'm watching at the moment and review those for you. So if you haven't seen those, then you get a good idea what they are about. And if you have seen them, then you get my opinion, and maybe you can tell me if you agree or you don't. So I see you next time. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye bye.